Hello, I'm Landon Krigler with a company called Text Catcher. This tool is useful for mortgage originators or real estate agents, and could be used to give a good faith estimate for a mortgage or a net sheet, basically for your borrower uh, as a real estate agent. So see, it says loan officer or agent. So let's just give it a try here. Very simple. I will say the price of the home is 300,000. Uh-oh. We put a little different in there. 300, there you go. Now, depending on the loan, let's just say you're going to go FHA, you're going to have 3.5% down payment there. But on VA, you can go with zero down payment. And you'd have to figure that. And then if you wonder, right now, here's the settings and the debt to income ratio and their minimum credit score that should be applied. These are guidelines that have a lot of assets. If they got $1 million, then the credit, if they got a 580 score, then this debt to income ratio is going to be blown out the window right here. You could probably get that approved easily right here. Then your different things that they charge FHA, VA. So if you have any questions about how much that is, what the debt to income ratio there, then you can go back to these settings over here. So let's go back to our input on the VA. So we'll go with the VA at 6% interest rate. We're going to say the property taxes are $50 monthly. All these things are monthly, and insurance monthly. And if they have a homeowners association, let's say it's $600, so we'll just make that 50. 600 a year, maybe that's pretty high for a homeowner association. And then you've got the name of the bar if you want, and what type of, if it's primary, these rules will change on secondary and primary. You need to go back to your settings right here and look at what type uh, of occupancy here, second, primary, or investment. They're going to be changing a little bit, but mostly for you, if you're a realtor, it's going to be a primary resident or a second home, but mostly. So we're going to go back to our input here. So we've got most of this already. Seller concessions, and we've got 8,000. It can be 4%, so that could be $12,000. So anyway, we could use that to offset the money that they have to come up with. They can literally get in for zero down on the uh, VA loan. So that'll be calculated automatically. And you don't require any reserves on the VA. It's probably the best loan or easiest loan you can. You have to do, it takes a little while longer sometimes than underwriting, but that's okay. So here we go. So let's go into income. And here's you got borrower one. We're going to say 8,000. He's a good prospect here. 8,000. And if they get overtime, bonus, other, and any of these others, they have to continue. If they're getting child support or something, that has to continue for 3 years. But you can ask them these questions. So, borrower two, we won't have another borrower. So they've got a car payment. We just add that in there, $400. Okay, credit cards, we'll say 150. That look good. Student loans, I don't know how I got 159 because it's right next to it. Let's just say 150. Keep everything simple. Could be 159. Student loans, we'll say they got a student loan of 100 a month. Child support and other. If they have another debt that they have, just like you have income, if they're receiving a note uh, for 3 years, they're receiving it. So they financed a house and they're getting 500 a month and it has to extend for another 3 years, then you put all that in there, and that's qualifying income. So we'll go to our summary here. Got the information, and there it is. There's their loan amount. We didn't finance the uh, mortgage insurance premium or the funding fee there. Their monthly payment, and then you've got with taxes and the insurance. That's everything right here. 2,000 a month. They're making 7,000. That should be good. So the ratio, debt to income ratio, is 33%, and we left the credit score at 800. We could probably change that. They normally need a minimum of 620, but you don't have to worry about that too much here. And their guideline is 41%. So if they're at 50 and their credit is lower, then you're gonna have to get some of these debts paid off right here. So we've got the summary, and let's calculate everything. There it is right there. So let's go back to our summary here. This is what we just want. We can send this to them. We can print that uh, up here. Let's print it. Print. There it is right there, what you're going to see. And you can add it whatever you want to on this. Print. You hear it? There it comes. There's your nice little good faith estimate right here. We're looking at zero down payment. They're looking at a monthly payment of 2,048, and they're looking at a total payment of 2,698. So it's all right there. And you can use this as a good faith estimate, which is required if you're selling the house here. Or if you're getting them a mortgage, you can submit this actually to your lender as well. So we've got all the information here, nice, neat, and separate. If these settings change, then you can change them. They go to a different funding fee, and you need to check VA's rules, FHA's uh, mortgage insurance premium. That's what that's called. And then there's an annual premium here too that is converted into part of their monthly payment. So, but they'll have to put this on there as well. Then it depends on your type of property, what that's going to be. And we could do the same thing with FHA or conventional. So kind of a neat tool right here. And that's where we'll change this. We can go to FHA, do the same thing here. And that way, see down here, your funding fee and all is changed. And it'll calculate all that for you on FHA. Conventional will be the same way. They're going to have to come up with a down payment. Always go over here to your settings to see what they're going to minimum down payment, minimum score, minimum down payment. If it's 5% of 300,000, then that's going to be 15,000 down payment and 3.5 on FHA on that loan that we have. So you've got everything you need right here. You always print out the summary, and it just makes it cleaner and easier. And you can show your borrower if you're on the phone, you can email this to them, or you can text it to them, and they can look at it themselves. And a lot of people, they don't understand how this loan is going to do. Now, cash sales, you can just figure that real easy, whatever closing costs they're paying. But if they're financing, this is what you need to give them a good faith estimate or a estimate of closing cost. Even if you're a loan officer, this would be pretty quick right here. So very nice, very nice. I've used something like this for 40 years here, but you could change it here, but you gotta know your rules over here. So let's, your settings, you gotta know your rules. Minimum down payment, see that zero on VA, 3.5%. So you can put all that in there really quickly. I hope this was interesting to you, and you can get this for free at textcatcher.com. That's my website, and it is a texting tool. Now, this is just for your benefit, but to get the customers and to get your other realtors to sell your home, you may want to text them that listing. It gets there faster. Immediately, it's opened about 95 or even more percent of the time. You can put a link to your MLS there. And so that is a great tool. I use it in my business, have used it. and it helps me sell homes quick. I'll offer a 7-day listing. I sold 5 last year with this same concept. So you can use that texting tool that you landed on when you got this free master loan analysis that we offer for free. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're selling. Hope this makes a difference, even the concepts. Hope you can understand this. You don't need to be a mortgage originator, but if you are, this will help you too. So thank you for watching this video. And for all those who are selling something, I salute you because it is not easy.